Welcome back to the show, Jae Skeese. It's been a while. I went back and reflected on our old interview that we did years ago when I was still at college, and it was during the whole quarantine times. And you've accomplished a lot since back in 2020. We did it beginning of 2021. And just congratulations on everything. The documentary. I know you're celebrating 4 years of being sober. That's a major accomplishment. Abolished uncertainty, testament of the times. Yeah, man, you've accomplished a lot. Welcome back, man. How's everything going, Jae Skeese?
Peace, man. I'm doing well, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been on my grind. The last few years obviously have been kind of crazy. Just obviously putting out different projects and just getting to it. So, I'm just glad to be in the space that I'm in now. About to put out this new album. Excuse me one second. About to put out this new album and man, just been working, bro.
Yeah, and you're representing drum work. We already know you got signed to them. Got the
Yes,
chain
sir.
on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know, man. Drumwork music. I got the new album coming soon. It's being released on Drumwork. You know what I'm saying?
Big time.
Definitely.
How do you reflect on everything now, just as how MCs are when we look at the current music culture? Because I do believe that you are a testament of the times because you never gave up. The MCs in the game never gave up. And I feel as though the industry's in a weird space because we got great hip hop albums coming out this year. I mean, Killer Mike won the Grammys last year. He just released a new album. So lyricists are winning, but the industry, we know the mainstream industry, they're still trying to feed off of the acts that you see, the clout chasing, the TikTok songs. And it's almost as they know that it's out of fuel because that's pretty much what it is at this point. It's played out. It's out of fuel, but they're still going in that direction. So is that kind of in correlation to the album title that you're a testament of the times that we're going through still with the MCs versus what's going on in the mainstream?
With Testament of the Times, I really just wanted to bring more so just a feel of what I was going through and like my thoughts and like my emotions and everything at the time. You know what I'm saying? So when you listen to the album, it's like a testament of the times that we're living in right now. You know what I mean? Just from my viewpoint, from my perspective, that was what I was really, when I was like putting together the title of the album and just some of the different things I wanted to talk about. That was really like my mindset and what I was thinking.
Yeah. And then you also been doing some other singles here, Sara Lee with Dave East and Lloyd. So I know now you are getting into the point to where you're gonna be making those mainstream records while being lyrical. That's something that I noticed because you're the MC that just knocks out a beat, but now you know how to get on with an R&B artist, and then you're doing it with Dave East, which is nothing new because I mean you've been working with lyricists for a while now, but now you're knowing how to make those mainstream tracks.
Yeah, 100%, man. Shout out to Dave East. Shout out to Lloyd. Shout out to Jay Worthy. We got the new joint now. It's crazy. It's produced by YG. It's called Sara Lee. Lloyd is on the hook going crazy, on the bridge going crazy. You know what I'm saying? The song just came together. It came together super dope. And that's the second single from my new album that's dropping soon. It's called Ground Level. That'll be out actually August 16th. You're like one of the first people to know the actual date, but it's next Friday, August 16th. That's when they drop it.
I appreciate that. And I'm going to be looking forward to it. Now, what's this upcoming album? Because you mentioned it right here, right now. Is it going to be a mix of Sara Lee and the basic underground boom bap that we've been getting from you? Is it going to be a mix of the two?
I feel like you get a little bit of everything, man. Like I feel like on this album, I really wanted to just show my versatility. I mean, obviously, I got the other single out now. It's called Situated. It's with Big K.R.I.T and Sauce Walka, two of the illest from the South, of course. That's out right now. Obviously, K.R.I.T is like a legend, and Sauce is just on a crazy run right now. That's produced by Mitch Arizona, so and that joint has it's got more of a down south feel. It's got more of a trap feel. Sara Lee is a little bit of a different sound than what you're used to, but I also got, Ski Beats on the album. He produced, songs for
Jay
Jay-Z and,
Z.
going back to, Reasonable Doubt. I got Static Selector on the album. Again, a legendary producer as far as, when it comes to boom bap. So I feel like the album has a good balance of everything.
I'm looking forward to it because I've seen the growth for you, and I mean you've always had it, and that's why Conway's believed in you, and just everyone around you's embraced you. You have your own fan base, and you've been doing it for a while. And I want to take it to situated, and I want to take it back with this because you were someone that waited in line at a meet and greet for Big Crit a long time ago, last in the line to rap to him. Did he remember you at all? Did you remind him of that story when getting on the new track with him?
Yeah, so actually, when we were shooting the video, I met up with him down in Atlanta. We were at T.I. studio. And when he pulled up, we had some time in between shooting the scenes, and I was like, yo, I don't know if you remember, man, but yo, we was down in New York. You know what I'm saying? I came to your show. X, Y, and Z. He was like, man, that was so long ago because I think that was going back to like maybe 2015. I think it was 2015, yeah, because it was right before my daughter was born. So we're going back to 2015. So this is going back almost 10 years. You know what I mean? So he was like, man, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, I ain't gonna lie, it been so much that been happened in between that time. So he didn't really remember. But then when I pulled out my phone, I showed him the video. He's like, "Yo, that's crazy," because I actually do. I do remember it. So it was fire, man. Shout out to Big K.R.I.T. You know what I'm saying? It was like almost like a dream come true to work with the homie. You know what I'm saying? And he went crazy on his verse on Situated. So it really just brought everything full circle.
It really was a full circle moment. And that's something that's so inspiring to hear because, and you've talked about it before, that rappers should be able to be fan of other rappers. And I don't understand why it's kind of looked down upon, but hey, I think you broke the mold because, I mean, you weren't there on some fanboy time because you just wanted a rap for him. You didn't want a picture and the autograph and all that stuff that people go for. You just wanted a rap for him just to show him your skills.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's like, when real recognizes real, it's like, yo, I just wanted him to recognize, I guess my talent, and I just wanted to show him, how he inspired me. So, again, it's dope to, be in that space now where it's like, yo, I have an official record with the homie, and, a video, and, we got a relationship now, you know what I'm saying? So it's dope to tap in with the people that you really got respect for in the game, for sure.
Absolutely. And you have been linking up with a lot of them. I did want to touch on your meeting with J.Cole. How was that?
Yo, that was crazy, man. A few months ago, J. Cole and Drake, they stopped through Buffalo on their tour. It was a crazy show too. And J. Cole had just actually got off stage. I was with Conway, a few other people, and we went downstairs to go meet him. And it was dope, man. I basically just got to say what's up, and introduce myself. I told him, if you remember Sideline Saga from Abolish Uncertainties, I told him, that song was that joint was inspired by Sideline's story, you know what I'm saying, from his first album. So, I just wanted to let him know that and just let him know, he's like a big inspiration. I'm a big fan. So, it was crazy to meet J. Cole because, he's one of my main influences, you know what I'm saying? The Coles and Crits and Kendricks and Nas's and Jay-Z's, like they're all up there, on Mount Rushmore. I can't keep it to just four, but they all up there, you know what I'm saying, when I think of like the top MCs. So it was really dope to meet him for sure.
Yeah, I could tell, and I'm sure down the road you two will be getting on the track because he's been doing his thing for a minute there, and he recognizes greatness, so he knows what a great MC is. And you've been running around for a while now. And how's the artwork? Because I know you're a painter yourself. I want to see a book released here of your artwork. Can we look? Because I remember seeing an article on Kanye's old artwork. I always love to see. That's how you know you're a true artist because it's deeper than just lyrical and writing poems. When you can create an art piece with painting pictures, yeah, that's a whole other level. So, could we see some of your artwork materialize in a book, perhaps?
I mean, what's crazy is I really stopped. I got away from, painting back in like 2021. I had an incident happen where some of my artwork, I'll just say that it got ruined, and it kind of strayed me away from it for a while. And I dealt with like a little bit of depression in behind that too for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because it was real. Some of those pieces were real special to me. I was telling some of my story, just throughout my life on some of those pieces. So when that happened, it just kind of pushed me away from it for a little bit. I tried to get back into it like last year, and like things just didn't feel the same. So I've been trying to get back into it, and eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to, I guess be back in a space where I can share it with with the people that follow me and the people that rock with me. But for right now, man, I'm just not even in that space, man. I'm gonna be honest. But the artwork for Ground Level for the upcoming album, most of it was done by my man PQ. He's out of Philly, PQ Design on PQ dot Design on Instagram. His style is just super super dope, super different. It's real like funky. You know what I'm saying? I was a big fan of his work before I even like tapped in and wanted to work with him. You know what I'm saying? I followed the homie on Instagram maybe a year ago, and I was just, always seeing what he had going on. I think I saw a picture of West Side Gun that he did. It was like a while ago. It might have even been, man, going back maybe even 2 or 3 years ago. But regardless, he was like one of the first people that I thought of when I started thinking of what I wanted to do with the ground level album and with the artwork and things like that. Because I did have originally one design that I wanted to go with. It was really just a photo, and I was like, well, maybe we need to just take it a step further and really add some artistic elements to it. And I didn't want to do it myself, so I started thinking about the different artists that I would like to work with, and he was like the first person that came up. So shout out to the homie PQ, man. He did so the first two singles are out now. Situated in Sara Lee. He did the artwork for both of those. He did the actual album cover. And we got some other stuff in the pipeline coming too. So yeah.
Maybe a Sara Lee sponsorship too.
Yo, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. We need them to sponsor the actual video
Yeah.
for a fact. For a fact.
Crazy.
Yes, sir.
A big sneaker guy. I've known we've talked about this last time how much you're into sneakers. And have you thought about potentially opening up your own sneaker store in Buffalo? We've seen what Fat Joe's done in New York City having his own sneaker store. So have you thought about opening up your own shop in Buffalo with the sneakers?
That would be crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully, one day I can get to a point where I can make something like that happen. For now, I'm not gonna announce who it is yet, but I did just recently we're finalizing a partnership that I'm doing with a local sneaker company, I should say store in Buffalo. So I'm gonna be working with them in a real close capacity for the next few months. And I'm real excited about it. So it'll be like a announcement coming out about that real soon, man. It's like a staple in Buffalo. Like if you're from Buffalo, you know exactly what place I'm talking about. So you'll see it on Instagram, you'll see it on the socials and everything when I announce it. But I'm looking like real forward to it. You know what I'm saying?
I am too. I'm looking for because I used to be a sneakerhead, but for some reason I just fell out with sneakers, and I think it's because I had so many. It just got to the
Mm-hmm.
point where it was just played out for me. But I think it's because I've seen all the colorways to see, so I want to see some more stuff like you, which you have.
Yeah.
That's why I started when because once I got so many Jordans, I got tired of them. I started getting
Mm-hmm.
like Patrick Ewing sneakers. I started getting all
Mm-hmm.
these crazy other brands because it was just something different. But now I just rock Air Force Ones because they go with everything. But I've been trying to get back into the sneaker game, so maybe you're gonna bring me back into it when I see these upcoming designs.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. It's always a lot coming out, and next year, 2025. I know I've been seeing some of the things that Nike got going on. Asics has a lot going on. New Balance been going crazy the last few years. Adidas they going crazy right now with like the Anthony Edwards joint. So everybody is snapping right now as far as the sneakers. But I'm a Nike guy. You know what I'm saying? But everybody really doing their thing right now. It's like you can't really lose. Even Saucony. Saucony is going crazy. I've been seeing some crazy Saucony. So, everybody is kind of just jockeying for position in the whole sneaker game right now for sure.
And you have your own sneaker songs. And how much do you reflect on, Raekwon's sneaker song? You know that one?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yes,
that's a
sir.
classic song.
For sure. For sure.
Great song.
Definitely.
I think what was that off of? Immobility. I think that was the album.
Yeah, because that one came out, what was it like? That was like what was it? I want to
I think
say
99, right?
99 or like, yeah, it was like 99 or 2000, maybe oh one. It was like, I want to say it was 99. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because that's what Ekin 3
Yep.
reminded me of when I listened to it. I was like,
Mhm.
this is like Raekwon sneakers.
Yeah, for sure. I knew like, it's certain rappers that they talk about kicks and you got the Nas's, you got the Mac Millers, you got what I'm saying, but nobody, even Wale, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say nobody, but I felt like nobody really did it in the capacity of talking about the colorways, rhyming about the colorways, rhyming about the different silhouettes. Because I'm just a Nike head. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, I talk about the kicks like how Stove God talk about bricks. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to just bring that different element to the game. Like, yo, wait, nah, he rhyming about kicks like this. Nah, this is crazy. You know what I'm
Whole
saying?
other level. It's a whole other. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and I saw gave you power freestyle. That was big too, because that's tough to really do, and you definitely did it justice. That probably, I think that's Nas's best song in my opinion. When we look at it from a lyrical, artistic standpoint, that's probably his best song.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of like, Nas obviously and then Lupe Fiasco. Like Lupe has a joint where he was like personifying different things in the hood. It's called Twilight Zone. It was like a freestyle he did off the old I forget what beat it is. But regardless, it was a crazy joint and like he had personified everything in the hood, and then Nas personifying the gun and giving it a whole, just the whole story around it. So I always wanted to do a joint where I did something similar, but with the burner phone. So I always thought like, it would just be a way to show my creativity. And I remember when I wrote that, that was actually in the first session that I had with Conway. So, we were down in New York. This was in late 2020, and we were in New York, and it was like the very first session. I'm like, yo, I gotta go crazy. I gotta put something together that's just going wow, Conway. And I already had the idea. So, we sat in the studio, I found the beat. Actually, shout out to Love the G. She had the beat in her email. And so, she pulled up some beats, she was playing beats. And I heard it. I'm like, yo, nah, that's perfect. Sat there, wrote it out, recorded it. And I remember the first time I played it for Khan, he was like, yo, you just sat here and wrote that just now? Like, yeah, bro. Like shit, I already had the idea. I just had to write it down. So, that joint, that's one of my joints right there. That's Burner Phone from the album from Abolish Uncertainties. It's the same joint. Just I spit it over a different beat
I
on
give you power.
Bootleg Cash joint. Yep.
Yeah, abolish uncertainty, and that's something that you've been. It was just basically about your career because it's been something that you've been wanting for a while, and you stuck to your guns, and you've
Yeah.
come a long way, man. Getting the right deal for you, you're moving, you're making these big time connections, you're knocking down the features, and it's only gonna go up from here, man. I really only see you going up, and with Conway because you have two songs about Stefan Diggs. We know
Yeah.
that they're out there now. He's off the Bills. You're a big Bills guy. I'm a Jets
Mhm.
fan. I mean, did you really have to injure Rodgers in the first? Thank you for that.
Listen, that was crazy. But you know what? I think
uh,
Aaron Rodgers gonna come back this year and be, stronger than ever. Shout out to A-Rod, man. Or not A-Rod, but Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he gonna come back and be, really that boy. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
heated because we're division rivals, and I was like, I really hate the Bills because once you injured him, I said, "Are you kidding me?" But
Yeah, yeah.
trust me, but now it's in the past. Now it happened, and I want to
Mhm.
see him get back here. But long story short, because I was angry about it. But who's the player that you guys talked about making another song about a Buffalo Bills player? Is there someone in mind now that Diggs is off the team?
Nah, man, but you know what? If we had to make a song about anybody else, I would say it would be Keon Coleman, man. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? The new rookie. We didn't get anybody in the first round this year, but we did pick up Keon Coleman at the top of the second. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's brought a new energy with the team. Obviously we don't have Stephon Diggs anymore. And I feel like he's gonna probably fill in that number one role. If not him, one of the other players that we brought in. But I feel like Keon, they said he been looking like Randy Moss in practice, man, or in the training camp. So I don't know. We're gonna see, man. But he's wearing that number 0. I've never seen anybody on the Bills wearing the number 0 yet. So it's dope to see. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a new energy. It's like something to be excited about. So if anybody, I'll say the homie Keon Coleman, salute to you, bro.
I hate the Chiefs. I'll tell you that. I'm so sick of them. I hope that they don't go back again. I mean, they're like a thorn in your side. I can't stand them.
Yeah, yeah, we got to get past them, man. If we can get past the Chiefs, I feel like, it ain't nobody else that could really mess with us for real.
Oh, what about the Jets? You don't think the Jets got a chance with that
Nah,
defense? Oh,
nah. Y'all not rocking with us, bro. Y'all not rocking with us. Y'all not rocking with
oh,
us.
real? Oh, come
I'm
on. I
sorry.
think we got
Y'all
to
got
really.
it's a good team too. Y'all got a good team, but I don't think y'all there yet.
I
I don't
think
think
if we
y'all there
get
yet.
Devonte Adams in the trade deadline,
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Nah, that would be a good piece for y'all, especially him and Aaron Rodgers used to play together anyway. So that would be crazy.
that would be the Dolphins. I don't trust with Tua. I just don't think they're going to go far. But do you feel as though that the Bills dropped off a little bit because they did lose some defensive pieces, and I think a lot of it comes from signing Von Miller. I think that was a risky deal. I think it was a deal that you
Mhm.
kind of have to make if you want to win now, but it just didn't
Mhm.
pan out yet.
Yeah, I mean, and stuff like that happens too, though. You know what I mean? Like, some trades and some signings are good, and some, they don't pan out how you want them to. That's just like the risk that you got to take. But I do think like with Sean McDermott's defense, I think we'll be okay. Even though we did lose a couple like pieces, I feel like we still got some younger pieces that we have already brought in that were playing anyway. Because some of the older guys, towards the end of last year or even over the last like 2 years, they've been getting injured, and other guys stepped up. So, and that was like the really the case of last year. There was like a bunch of guys that were getting hurt, getting knocked out, and our second and third string guys came in, and they was like really holding it down. So I really feel like with some of the players that we did lose, yeah, we lost them, but at the same time, I feel like we ready. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Well, hopefully for your sake that the Bills will do well. I mean, I'm gonna be rooting for my Jets because I mean we have that in common. It's just been misery because of Brady for so many years, and he's gone
Hmm.
now. So
Hmm.
it's pretty much open season for the division. So hopefully that
100%.
we do make it competitive and go a long way. I just wanted to get into the other stuff that I wanted to talk to you tonight because I mean, you've been really doing it with the documentary. I did see that In Search of Symmetry and just learn about it because your father passing away and your mother having your first mixtape. I did see that. She still has that CD, The Bucks.
Hmm. Yep, yep. The Bucks. Yeah, that's going way back to the first first shit I did. You know what I mean? Like my first experiences in the studio. So my mom, she keeps like everything I give her. You know what I'm saying? And that was like going back to like I want to say we did that in like '04, maybe '03. You know what I'm saying? So she's always been a big fan, always been a big supporter. So, that was dope to, do the documentary and have her on there because she's seen it from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like not a lot of people have been around from the beginning of, everything that I've been doing in hip hop and in music. And she's obviously one of the people that have been there because she, even as far as, signing the first deal that I signed, she had to be right there because she had to okay it. You know what I mean? Like I was like 12, 13 years old. She's like, okay, well, what y'all doing with my son? I was going out of town and going to, doing shows and, being out late and doing shows. So again, she was a part of the whole process, you know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to Conway, shout out to Chad. They came together, they said that they wanted to do the documentaries for pretty much everybody in drum work as we were getting ready to put out abolish uncertainties and putting out the drum work album. So it was just a good opportunity for me to be able to tell my story and let people know where I'm from and give people kind of a background on me. So I really thought that was like a good piece to give people more information on me and give my story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just shows that you're a real person because it shows that you becoming a father, and now she's a fan of you, and just everything that you've accomplished this far. It was really amazing to see, and just all the hard work that you've been putting in. Because I do feel as though because we get caught up into this now that we forget that artists are human beings, and a lot of them they abuse their power. I'll admit that they do. We see who does, but you're someone that is just strictly you keep your head down and you just work and you work,
Mhm.
and I think that's a
Mhm.
testament to you're someone that you don't like the late nights in the studio. You're someone that likes going in early. You're early bird gets the worm. So that's you.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, no, I mean I'll do it if need be, but I'm definitely more. Let me get up 8 o'clock in the morning, and go knock out this work and do what I got to do. Um, but yeah, like it's a grind. It's a grind for sure, and that's what the whole ground level thing is about, man. It's like starting from where you at, starting from the bottom, because when I first signed to Conway, I didn't have like really any kind of buzz. Like the first time a lot of people heard me that are fans now was when they heard Crack in the '90s. I was from King to a God to the Rux. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a lot of people's like first introduction. Like, yo, who the hell is this Jae Skeese dude? Like, where did he come from? And prior to that, I had been making music for 12 years, you know what I'm saying? 15 years, however long it was. Um, and again, so from that point, and then, releasing Revolver Ocelot, releasing Iroquois Pliskin, putting out the big ghost tape, authenticity check, putting out Abolish Uncertainties, all the features that I've done with Conway, that is what has gotten me here. Like, going on the road, and not only going on the road, but going on the road, not getting paid for the shows, selling my own merch at the shows, paying for my own travel, like doing everything that I've had to do over all this time has gotten me here to where I'm just now about to put out this album that has like some of the more notable features, some of the more notable producers, and I have a real budget to do videos and things of that nature. I'm just now doing that. So that's the ground level mindset. It's like you start from nothing and you build up into something. And anybody, I don't care if if you in school or if you are, working at Dunkin' Donuts, washing dishes, or if you own a Fortune 500 company, like everybody has a ground level story. Everybody had to start somewhere and get to where they are today. And that's just the whole mindset. That's the mantra. I just don't want people to ever forget where they came from. I mean, obviously you're not going to, but my story speaks to that. So that's what I want the music to speak to as well.
Do you feel as though social media gets away from that and kind of encourages people to skip the ground level? And I think what's sad about it, I mean, they may not skip the ground level, but it's the illusion that they do because you'll see someone just say something toxic on the internet and they go viral and all this crazy
Mhm.
stuff. Do you feel as though that social media kind of makes people try to escape that ground level?
I think so because people want quick and easy success. I mean, but quick and easy is here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah, no
But
sustainability.
yeah, right. I mean, at least if you go through what you got to go through for however long you got to go through it, you learn a lot along the way. Like I've learned so much along the way that I know that I'm gonna need in the future because, when I get closer to where I know that I want to be, some of those lessons will just help me, navigate through some of the things, some of the problems that I know are gonna come in the future. You know what I mean? So that's why you gotta appreciate the grind, you gotta appreciate the growth and the struggle and everything. Like whether it's the highs or the lows, like either way you blessed. Cause when you at a high, it's because God is blessing you and you done the things that you needed to do to get to where you are. But when you at a low, normally it's just a lesson. It's something that you got to go through to make you a better person. So either way, God is blessing you.
Yeah. Do you have any footage of the night? I think it was a show in 2016, the Halloween show where Conway had you come and perform for his show. I think Prodigy was there, Static Selector was there. Is there any footage that you have from that night?
I don't think I have any video footage, but I definitely have some pictures from that
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
that's
Yeah.
oh, did you get to have a conversation with Prodigy? Rest in peace.
Yeah, I did, but I was so, I ain't gonna lie, I was such a fan and I was just so took, what I'm saying, that he was even there. I think I just said, hey, what's going on? Yo, I'm Jae Skeese. He didn't know who the hell Jae Skeese was. Hey, I'm Jae Skeese. I just want to tell yo, I'm a big fan. I think I was there at the sound check and he just happened to be standing right there at the sound check. And I'm a big fan. Yo, thank you for coming out. I just slapped him up and I kept it pushing because, I was just so nervous to even meet him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you've had a lot of moments because Conway brought you down to the Black Star show. You got to meet Yassine Bey and Talib Kweli. Yeah, Dead Prez was there.
So at that joint, or yeah, down there in Denver, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a previous show that I did a few years ago, well, 3 years before that, but yeah, that was actually super dope. You know what I'm saying? Like even just watching them perform, if I would have just been in the crowd, I would have enjoyed that just to, see them put on the display that they put on that night, man. It was like they was rapping like verses on verses on verses and most Def was spinning around on stage. He was giving away flowers. Like, yo, it was crazy. It was a crazy night. And then even meeting, Yassine Bey, most Def, meeting them in person and just, letting them know that I'm a huge fan and just, thank you for everything, for your inspiration and motivation. Like, stuff like that. Like, it means a lot to me because I'm a hip hop fan before I'm an artist, I'm a fan. You know what I mean? So it's dope to meet those legends for sure.
Yeah. Did you record any voice memos today on that plane? Because you said you're constantly recording some voice memos. Did you come up with any idea on your flight here?
Nah, I didn't have any no sounds, but I was thinking a lot about the merch that's gonna go along with the ground level album. And I got a lot of good ideas as I was, flying from Denver. It's like a 2.5 hour flight. So, I got a lot of good ideas. So, I'm ready. I'm feeling motivated.
Yeah. 1 Mile High. You got to thank him for Von Miller.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Salute to the Broncos.
Is
Most
there some
definitely.
because when we look at it with Conway getting you to drum work, are there some artists that you're looking to help out similar to how Conway looked out for you? Are you following those footsteps? Is there some artists that you're looking at now, or you're staying focused right now, and that's going to be down the road?
No, I think for now I'm just staying focused. Obviously I got my team, first class, it's first class to the plane crash, everything for Weeds. I always shout them out, Billy Esco. OG Soul, Camouflage Monk, Drop Dead. Those is all that's family. You know what I'm saying? So they'll always be there. You know what I'm saying? And whatever I can do in this time to push their agenda forward and help them and just get the spotlight on them, like that's what I'll do. Um, and it's a lot of other artists that I really rock with, especially from Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's plenty of artists that I have a great deal of respect for, but I feel like right now I'm just focused on the grind. I'm just focused on getting myself, in a position where I can actually help because right now I'm still like fighting tooth and nail just to get the attention of the people that need to be paying attention to me. So once I'm at that spot and, I feel like I'm more established, then maybe it's a conversation, then maybe it's something I can think about. But for right now, I'm just, I'm stuck in the grind. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey said it the best. I'm stuck in the grind. You know what I mean? Word.
What do you feel as though is the next hurdle for you? Because I feel like you have the whole package now. Because now with a song like Sara Lee, I think there's just no telling the where it's going to take. Because now you know how to get on a song with an R&B. I mean, you've known how to rap your whole life, but I mean, now that you can make songs with R&B singers and you could do the lyrical miracle, we know what you've been able to do. So, what do you feel is the next hurdle to really take things to the next level for you?
I mean, I really feel like, the first step is just getting this album out, you know what I'm saying? August 16th, ground level, putting out the album, seeing what people think, you know what I mean? And really from there, I want to get on the road, man, and do my own thing. Obviously touring with Conway the Machine has been, it's been a blessing because I've been able to learn so much and I've been able to do so much just with, him allowing me to come with him on the road. But, you know, I have to do it myself too. You know what I'm saying? And really get out on the road, get out in front of the fans that rock with me and, see what's out there. So obviously touring, doing some festivals, again, where it's Jae Skeese. Like, I came out and did Symmetry, on Rolling Loud with Conway. I think it was Rolling Loud New York in 2022, which was dope. You know what I mean? It was a crazy experience. But again, I want to see Jae Skeese up there on those, on the bill for those and on the marquee and on the tickets and everything. You know what I mean? So those things are more important for me now because again, it's about establishing myself. It's not about moving around with Conway. And again, I appreciate being able to move around with Conway as much as I've been able to because that's what's taken me to a higher place. You know what I'm saying? But from here, it's like just, putting on for myself and really establishing myself.
And I think you have, man. It is difficult because you just running around with them. People are like, "Oh, you're running around with Conway," but I feel as though you got the music to back it up. The skill is there,
Mm-hmm.
so it's
Mm-hmm.
because I know a lot of times people like to branch. If you're someone's artist, they keep you in there. But I think you've done so much that to where it's become impossible to not label you that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's always been something that's big for me. Like, yo, I don't want to just sign to Conway and just, be next to him. And that's not what he wants for me. Like he
Yeah,
wants me to,
exactly.
he wants me to spread my wings and fly away. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, use me as a vessel and you know, take whatever you can take from this situation and then go do you. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say nothing more than just, yo, I respect it and that's what I plan to do. You know what I'm saying? I think he said so much more. Like I told Skeeze, you got to seize the moment. You know what I'm saying? He told me that the first time I linked with him in New York, like I was saying earlier. He told me that he gave me that gem, like, yo, whatever you can do or whatever the situation is, just seize the moment, take that shit. And that's what I've been, that's what I've been on ever since I got next to him. So that's what's really been fueling me to keep going and keep pushing and do everything that I've done. Cause it's like, especially people from where we from, we don't get these type of opportunities to go around the country. Like right now, I'm on tour with Conway. Right now, I'm opening up. You know what I mean? We don't get these type of opportunities, especially hip hop artists from Buffalo. So I don't take it for granted at all.
No, no, and you've earned it, man. And just congratulations on the 4 years of being sober. I did see that. That's big. That's a big step that you took. Is there some people that you're trying to help out, or someone that's reached out to you, maybe in the artist world, to give some advice to? I don't want to ask who. That's going to be too personal. But has there been
Yeah.
people that have reached out to you and trying to get some advice on how to take that big of a leap?
I mean, I get people who hit me up, pretty often. Different people, I should say. Not so many artists. I have talked to a few artists about being sober and stuff like that. I'm pulling up on 5 years. To be 5 years in December.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I get fans who reach out. Once they find out that I'm sober from alcohol. For however long. hey, like, how did you do it? Or, or they'll hit me up and just let me know, how long they've been sober, or, the things that have helped them along the way. So, it's always good to, hear those stories. And, if I can offer some advice, and I would like to offer some, you know what I mean? But, um, yeah, I mean, I'm just like an open book when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, another artist, or, it's just somebody that's just a fan, and, they just are inspired by it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you're doing it big, man. From everywhere on the TV screens, the studios. You got it all, man. I'm telling you, the clothes, the merchandise is coming soon. Jay
Yes,
Skeese,
sir.
is there anything else you want to love to let your audience know here, your fans that we didn't touch on here tonight that you want to get out there before the new album comes out next week? And I do appreciate you for sharing the date.
Oh yeah, yeah, no doubt, man. I just want to tell everybody, man, we all starting from ground level. We all building up into a skyscraper, so never stop going. Hey yo, and make sure you go join the email list, man. jskeese.com, www.jskeese.com. Tap in, make sure you tap in on all socials, make sure you following me everywhere. And man, let's just keep it going. Let's keep grinding, keep it going, keep it pushing.
Keep it going, man. Jay Skeese, I appreciate you for coming on the show, man. It's been a while, so it was great to catch up with you. It's been a few years, but I've been tapped into everything you're doing. The real hip hop always comes first.
For sure, 100%, man. I appreciate you, Mad Max, for having me. Salute. And, we're going to keep this shit going. And, man, I'm looking
Absolutely.
forward to talking to you again soon, brother.
Absolutely, man. Let's keep it locked. Let's keep in touch. We're gonna keep building, man. Keep doing your thing, and you're gonna be in that position that you want to be, man. You haven't given up, and it's something that I did learn about you. Just when you go through those tough times of, because you say it, you have to be inspired to write. You work through that. Everyone else, a
Hmm.
lot of people, they put the pen down, and who knows when they pick it back up. You work through that.
Yep. Yeah, you got to, man. You gotta just keep going, because it's like, inspiration ain't gonna find you. You gotta go find it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you gotta use the hard times. Sometimes you gotta use the good times. Sometimes you gotta use the hard times too. You know what I'm saying? As your inspiration. So, and when you don't have any inspiration at all, shit, you gotta just keep working. You gotta keep
Exa-
working.
Exactly. It's a test, and that comes with
Yep.
a testament of the times.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a fact. That's a
You
fact.
already know, man. Jay Skeese, let's make sure they can follow you on Instagram. Make sure you tap in with them at Jay Skeese. Make sure you follow him on Instagram and X. Go get that upcoming album. Go support him. He's got everything out there now. Sara Lee, go tap in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You already know Jay
Salute,
Skeese.
man.
Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your night. I look forward to the new album.
Peace, man. Appreciate it again, man. Appreciate the time. Ground level. We doing everything for ways.
Ground level. All right, Jay Skeese. Until next time, man.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace out.